I'm going to make a video presentation reciting the three divisions of fingerprint pattern. There are the arches, the loop, and the whorl. Arches. The ridge of the finger runs continuously of one side to another and make no background turn. Normally, there is no delta in arc pattern. If it exists, it must no recurving ridge that intervene between the core and the delta. There are two types of arc pattern, the plain arc and the tented arc. The plain arc is the type of arc which the ridge enters upon one side, make a rise or a wave in the center and flow or tend to flow out upon the opposite side. It symbolizes a letter A in the classification, and take note, it enters to the left and flows toward to the right. And like what Sir said before, it seems like a humps on the road. While the tented arc is the type of pattern which possesses an angle and upthrust, or the two of the three basic characteristics of the loop. It has a higher prominent spike at the center with at least one ridge form a line straight up. And it symbolizes by letter T in the classification, and also considered as a transitional pattern between a plain arc and a loop rather. The next pattern are the loop. Loop is the most common fingerprint that usually encountered. Loop is a pattern with sufficient recurve of ridge forming a loop with the core in the center and the delta at the edge of the pattern area. Loop has only one delta. There are two types of loop pattern, the radial loop and the ulnar loop. Radial loop, the downward of the loop is toward or near to the thumb, and it start and end at the thumb side of the finger, which the ridge run its direction to the radius bone or to the thumb, and it symbolizes by letter R in the classification, and its name derived from the radius bone of the forearm. While the ulnar loop, the downward of the loop is toward to the little finger. It start and end at the pinky side of the finger, which the ridge flows toward to the ulnar bone or to the little finger. It symbolizes by letter U in the classification purposes. The next pattern are the whorl. Whorl is a pattern in which the formation of the ridge are usually circular or spiral. Therefore, any pattern that contains two delta is considered as whorl. There are four types of whorl pattern: the plain whorl, the central pocket loop whorl, the double loop whorl, and the accidental whorl. Plain whorl consists of one or more ridges which make a complete circuit with two deltas between which, when an imaginary line is drawn, at least one recurving ridge within the inner pattern area is cut or touched. It symbolizes by letter W in the classification. The second one is the central pocket loop whorl. Consists of at least one recurving ridge or an obstruction at the right angle to the line of flow, with two deltas between which, when an imaginary line is drawn, no recurving ridge within the inner pattern area is cut or touched. It has a small whorl inside the loop ridge, and sometimes called as composite pattern. It symbolizes by letter C in the classification. The third one is the double loop whorl. Consists of two separate loop formation with two separate and distinct set of shoulder and two deltas. One loop is upside down, forming the shape of yin-yang. It symbolizes by letter D in the classification. The last one is the accidental word. Consists of combination of two different types of pattern with the exception of the plain arc, with two or more deltas or a pattern which possess of some of the requirements for two or more different types or a pattern which conforms to none of the definition. And it symbolizes by the letter X in the classification. And that's all. Thank you.